All right, gang, good to have you back. So last session, the Orphans made their way to Ravencroft Sanitorium in Westchester County with the assistance of Dr. Druid in an effort to confront patient 86, the man supposedly responsible for the attack on Nyx to retrieve the amulet around her neck, now known as the Night That Is. The team discovered that patient 86 is indeed Lilith's half-brother and the adopted son of Dr. Druid, Zachary Ludgate. In a Silence of the Lambs quid pro quo confrontation, Zachary revealed to Colin in Lilith's form that it was indeed his intention to kill Marcus Kentunnel, his birth father, for the shard, but offered Lilith the opportunity to safely give it to him of her own free will, as they were bound by blood. During the conversation, however, the team was suddenly alerted to a breakout situation when all of the inhibitor collars on the powered patients were deactivated. In the chaos that ensued, the heroes attempted to assist in getting the escapees back to their cells, while Nyx went to Zachary's room, only to discover that the ancient Egyptian god Amun-Ra was in the process of pulling his human avatar from Ravencroft with a fiery teleportation spell. Shatter rescued a young, waifish female inmate from some overly aggressive security guards as the rat-like creature known as Morpheus exploded in the center of the rec room, catching several of the heroes in the blast. Now, Sid, you had basically what had happened to you up until this point is you were trying to escape with the rest of the inmates. The woman, the really big muscular woman that you were kind of running with to try to get out, whose name was Gale, Gale, went just bestial on some of these security guards. And in your past, you really were concerned actually about the welfare of these people that she was beating the living hell out of, and went to kind of stop her. And in the moment where you put your hand on her shoulder, she elbowed you in the face, knocking you to the ground. And in that moment of chaos, some of the security guards kind of teamed up on you because they knew kind of what your abilities were, in order to try to keep you down, were mercilessly beating you. And Shatter, Frick's character, kind of came to your rescue at one point, and has now encased you in this glass-like globe. So you're inside this, protected from the others, and just as you were reaching out to Shatter to say, basically, help me, putting your hand up against the glass, this big explosion rocks the rec room. And the source of that particular explosion was the tall rat-like creature named Morpheus. And Morpheus explodes in the middle of the rec room, and fire and concussive force fills the area, followed by debris, smoke, and dust that clouds all of your vision. As the dust settles, you find yourselves strangely no longer in the rec room of the sanatorium, but outside in a clearing in a wooded area. Dr. Druid suddenly becomes visible, standing in the center of the group, and falls to one knee. And he says, is everyone all right? I tried to grab all of you, but everything happened so fast. And whatever damage you guys had taken up until this point, I'm not sure if anybody had actually received any damage just yet. I mean, if you're hurt, you're still hurt, but everyone seems to be accounted for, with one particularly notable addition. The young strawberry blonde inmate that had been accosted by the security detail with Shatter's glass bubble still around her.
Are we basically in that wooded area outside of the sanitarium?
Just kind of looking around, it does seem to be kind of that wooded area that was surrounding the sanatorium, yes.
Doctor, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Teleportation is not my strongest suit. It took quite a bit out of me, I'm afraid. The good thing is, while you all were trying to assist inside, I was able to erase all evidence of our presence at the sanatorium, both from the security system and the minds of those whom we had direct contact with. But the sanatorium is just through the woods there, and I'm sure the authorities will be arriving soon. But I hate to be a nervous Nelly, but perhaps I should suggest that we make haste away from here.
Where to?
What about the riot?
I don't think that's our problem.
Can somebody let me out of this bubble?
Shatter?
She was being beaten. I hold on a second. Before we let her out, who are you?
Yes.
Who are all of you?
Valid question, but you first.
Yes, we were not the ones incarcerated.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm Thiania. I was trained in the Red Room, but that hasn't been what I've been doing the past few years. I've been trying to turn things around some, and
Red Room?
Disappeared, and I...
Whoa, back up. What's the Red Room?
A ballet academy thing.
You were a dancer?
Real intense. They're very, very strict, so yeah.
Wait, you're a dancer?
Yeah.
Why is a
how did you end up
ballerina
incarcerated?
imprisoned in a sanitarium for superheroes
Exactly.
and villains?
Fair question. Look, I fell in with a bad crowd, and we were in the middle of we were in the middle of a thing. It wasn't a great thing. Okay, fine. It was a heist. We were in the middle of a heist. My sisters were there, then they were gone, and then I ended up there, and now I'm here, and this is a lot, okay?
Did you ever know patient 59?
I mean, that kind of rings a bell.
Wait, 59 or 86?
Yeah, I was gonna say. That was a little...
Both. Surprise me.
Are you making up a number on purpose?
A lot of numbers. There's so many numbers.
No, I just making my notes. So I want to know if she knows my brother.
I don't believe.
And you hear that? Oh, yeah. No sirens yet. Let's go. On the way.
I do not feel
big platform.
I do not feel good about leaving them in this situation. We don't know the caliber of people that were locked up there, and we do not know that they can handle this on their own.
Well, after that explosion, I don't know of how many of them are actually left standing.
Yes, there's also that. I kind of flicking my tail nervously.
What do you suggest, Cuddle Bear?
I don't know. I feel like we should help them.
Oh,
I
well,
feel
we
like
can
we
always
should
come
not
back.
be here when cops show up.
So,
True,
always get back in.
we are still wanted. That is true.
Yep.
Do you have any weapons on you, girl?
She does have one of those stun sticks.
Yeah.
Keep her in the glass for all I care. Let's just go.
Keep her in the glass and let's go.
Can I have a snack?
No snacks now. We'll talk when we get where we're going.
Okay.
And the matter control just starts to lift the glass bubble up. And as I kind of look at the others, I'm like, all right, what are we doing?
No, Nick's had made the platform, so everybody wants to step on and
All right.
maybe take a seat. Throw the hamster ball in the back.
We're going back to our place, or are we going back to Harvard?
Doctor?
Someplace close by. I fear that. Well, first I want to know what happened with Zachary. So, is there someplace close that we could go? Somewhere within New York?
We got a place. Let's go.
So we're flying back to New York. Okay.
I am also uneasy with our kidnapping this person.
Well, why don't you talk to her?
I
Cat
don't
Doodle.
say it out loud, but Cuddle Bear. We need to watch her.
Leaving her in the forest in a bubble is not an option.
Yes.
Thank
She
you.
knows how to use that baton.
And this, Sid, just so you know, Cuddle Bear is a telepath. So he has a telepathic link to all of these guys right now. So some of this dialogue you're not hearing.
Okay. I was thinking
Yeah.
that responded. Oh, hang on. I think I might be in.
Do know that if anything gets, sketchy, I could just drop her from the sky. See if she shatters like a light bulb.
Telepathically, I tell everybody she knows how to use weapons, guys. Just keep an eye on her.
Okay.
So do we want to discuss anything on the way to New York, or do we just want to wait till we get back to base?
Also, I was kind of hoping that Cuddle Bear could give us a bit of a lowdown on what we got back there. And Colin, can't you sense all she can do?
That's all she can do.
She's good with weapons.
Well,
Yeah, I guess on the flight back, we can network everybody in and be like, so we had Amon Ra apparently show up, and then there was this creature of darkness that exploded. There's many. I have many questions of the occurrences from today, and too few answers.
What can you tell me, Lilith, about your interaction with Zachary after we left?
Well, when I got back to the room, I believe we talked a little bit, but then he was essentially the wall blew out and he started floating out. And I tried to chase and grab, and it was just too strong. And that's when Amun-Ra evidently showed up. So I don't know exactly. You could help us understand the connection between Zachary and Amun-Ra. And are we dealing with shards still? Or is this something totally outside the 3 shards? And why would Amun-Ra want other?
Well, your father and I suspected that Zachary had made some sort of arrangement with a higher power of some sort. He displayed, with me, he displayed no ability towards magical propensity. I did try to train him in the mystic arts when he was a teenager, but it was not something that was of much interest to him. But when he left me and he found his birth father, he disappeared for a certain amount of time, and I believe this was when he first joined the forces. It was at some point during this time that he must have come into the power of what we now must assume must be Amun-Ra. And as you are the avatar of Nyx, I believe in some way he has made some sort of arrangement with Amun-Ra that is very similar to the shaky alliance that you have with Nyx.
Is Amun-Ra also imprisoned?
I would believe that therein lies a major difference. I would not think that he would be imprisoned. The Egyptian pantheon is known to choose avatars from time to time. And I believe that somehow Zachary was able to convince Amun-Ra to grant at least a portion of his powers, because he certainly has the power of immolation, as he proved when he destroyed his unit, apparently out of anger.
Was it though? I mean, what I saw was a completely different being. Zachary was knocked out and horizontal, lifted up and removed from the room as Amun-Ra was communicating with me.
What did he say to you?
So it's a little fuzzy. I remember that he acknowledged who he was communicating with, and not just my name, but more who I was and Nyx and the connection. And I got the impression that they're familiar. But I don't know exactly what that entails as far as the goal. I mean, could that immolation of his team, couldn't that have been done by Amun-Ra himself as a shower? Just maybe to get him on board?
It is entirely possible.
You can get through this. I'm just wondering how much of a Zach has.
That is entirely possible. I will say that when Marcus confronted Zachary one-on-one, he did display the ability to cause fire from his own person. Now, whether that was through some innate ability that he was able to tap into, or whether it was a gift, or whether it was Amun-Ra acting through him, I don't have that answer.
I also got the impression that he is interested in Nyx.
Yeah, and if you recall exactly what he said, he said something to the effect of "Hello, lover," and we'll be together again soon.
Oh,
Yeah, like I said, he had some interest in Nick.
that's
Nick,
quite a different thing entirely.
did Nick slash out when she heard that? What did she do?
No, I don't recall feeling much of anything.
But
At
if he
least
is,
nothing that was normal.
if he is attempting to reunite with her, then he is looking to free her as well.
I will say, probably involuntarily, Lilith, you probably found yourself with a very small grin on your face when he said that.
Doctor, do I remember if I had to make any psych rolls against Amun Ra?
Yes,
Or is that
you did. You did.
Would that be? I'm sorry. Would that be equivalent to maybe noticing a surge or a change in anything, or would it be completely? Would she be oblivious? I'm trying to draw the line of what Lilith would have thought of as an attack, maybe, or a swelling, as opposed to just unconscious. She made it, but she wasn't consciously.
I would say that you, Lilith, were the one that activated the psyche roll. Order, it was in a moment of self-protection that it was completely you that did that. It was not Lilith by any stretch. All right, I'm sorry, not Nyx by any stretch. Right.
Okay. So it was me, and I don't feel as if there was pressure exploding, or my lack of control was imminent or anything like that. Okay.
Right.
I'll go with what I said to everybody then. Didn't see there was much of a connection, but I mean, I didn't understand a lot about Nick, so there's going to be a lot of things, I think. And I'm not too keen on someone knowing her, wanting to be with her, especially, I don't know, my brother. Yeah, fighting more than my brother, not the intention. So, Doctor, you're going to have to help us understand the dynamic in these two. In my research, I didn't look up the tie relations between Amun Ra and Nyx. So I don't understand the connection. And all of this is really odd how Nyx is popping up in different areas of research around the world.
Well, you see, Nyx is a goddess that predates most of the other pantheons. She has been around since... What's that?
Well, I guess then she'd be older than at least the name Amun Ra, but
yes.
Maybe not the deity.
Amun Ra, it is rumored, is one of the oldest of all of the gods in the pantheons. That he himself was created by the being known as Gaia, or the Earth Mother. But
that comes after darkness.
That comes after darkness, yes. But if he were around, which he would have been at the time of the other pantheons being born, and Nyx certainly had made an appearance in the Egyptian pantheon, one could draw the line that perhaps they spent a certain amount of time together. And what in our terminology may be weeks or months or years, it could have been a millennia.
All right. So he's
Yeah,
trying to hit
well-
that shit again.
Yeah, and maybe it's not related to the shards, but I'm thinking Gilgamesh is a great next move. Unless we could track Zachary and Amun-Ra.
I would have to
Rats.
concur, yes. And now that we've confirmed Zachary's intentions regarding the night that is, I believe the timetable for retrieving the other shards has been stepped up. Since he has bonded in some way with Amun-Ra, we know he already has powers that would at least equal that of Lilith's at this point. If he were to beat us to one of the other shards, he would be much more formidable. I know there would be some risk involved, but I agree. I feel that our next move would be to investigate the cosmic energies that I felt coming out of the Australian outback. Now, I could book us a flight to Australia, but time is certainly of the essence. As I said, my teleportation ability is not my strongest suit, and unfortunately I can only travel small distances and only under the right circumstances. Do you know of someone that might be able to get us there more quickly?
We do. The Sorcerer Supreme. Ow.
Dr. Strange, I thought he was dead.
The new Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, someone else has stepped up, I see.
Yes, his name is Wall. I believe that's white.
Do you think he would be willing to transport us there?
We can ask.
I should be able to get us close to where I believe that the cosmic energies are the most strongest.
Okay. I guess we're approaching our fire station. So,
Mm-hmm.
So
If you got,
approaching Alphabet City.
it's
Next
going to be
up,
important that we get a move on as soon as possible. But before we do anything regarding that, I think we have some more questions for our guest. I don't want to say prisoner. That feels uncomfortable.
oh no, we kidnapped her.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did you and
Legally, this is kidnapping.
Saved her butt.
Yeah,
saw what
see,
Shatter did.
yeah. I feel like there's a fine line between saving someone's butt and making sure they don't hurt us and full on kidnapping them. But we can discuss legalities later.
Shatter, if there's one thing I've learned in the 3 weeks I have been a superhero, you break the law a lot.
Well, we have done that.
I'd say we're about 2 months in now, so
2 months? Okay.
yeah, sure.
Well,
All right,
we
so
can
go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can interrogate her up here on the roof, or you can get rid of the glass ball and we can have a conversation, or I can fill the glass ball up with dark energy and
No,
sizzling.
when you bring the glass ball down, I got her.
All right. Well, then let's at least get her out of this then. And as I say that, slowly the glass is going to start to break and come apart, real slow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to start to expand around her to where she's standing a little bit more out in the open.
As soon as I have the opportunity, I'm webbing her hands together.
Okay. Thiania.
Yes. Actually, can we give one moment? I'm going to try to hop from my phone to my computer because my phone keeps glitching out really bad. So I'm only catching like every other word.
Oh, okay. All right.
So let me try to do this. I'm going to hop off here and hop onto there.
Okay, we'll
Unless
take
it
a little
doesn't work,
pause.
then I'll be back on here.
Okay. All right, so Thiania, the glass bubble that you were in begins to kind of dissipate around you. I'm going to have you make an intuition roll. So if you open up your character sheet and look at the phase rip that runs down the left-hand side, it is under I.
All right. I am still trying to get foundry to run.
Okay, that's all right. I can roll for you for right now. That's
Okay.
on the remarkable column, so I'll click the remarkable button here for you.
Do you need me to roll?
No, I can do it. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, you mean for doing
Webbing
that?
her.
What I'm going to do, I'm just doing an intuition for her to see whether or not she actually notices that you're doing that. And she got a white, so she's got no shot at really dodging this. So it's happening so fast that she doesn't notice. So yeah, now you can roll to do that.
Karma. I'll keep it at a yellow.
Yep, that did it. All right, so the bubble dissipates, Sid, and as it does, your hands are suddenly bound together by what looks like spider webs.
Okay.
Just a little precaution. I'm not going to do anything to you. But I know what you can do to us.
Understandable.
So let's go inside.
Okay.
All right. So you are on the rooftop of an old fire station that looks like it was built probably in the 1960s. And it looks like it would have been built almost by an architect that had worked with, and now the name escapes me. What does that escape me? What did I say?
Frank Lloyd Wright?
Frank Lloyd Wright. Thank you. Yes. So it's really got this kind of very boxy, sleek kind of look, and has red and amber windows to it. It's not in the best shape, but it's a very interesting looking building for sure. They take you in through a roof access and down into the building itself, and it's very sparsely decorated at this point and very run down on the inside. But there are some cots and stuff, scattered about where they've been sleeping over the last night or two that they've been there. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
Is Claire here?
No, everybody else is gone. It's just you guys.
Gotcha.
All right, Thiania.
Mm-hmm.
What I gathered when you were in a bit of a panic state was that you were a dancer committing some sort of heist with, I believe, your sisters, who suddenly disappeared when you suddenly found yourself in prison. Do I have that about right?
For the most part, yes.
Great. You want to fill in the missing details?
I'm gonna guess they taught you how to do a little bit more than dancing, didn't they?
Okay. Yes, I know more than dancing. I've had extensive training in combat and weapons. I've done some things I'm not proud of, but I am trying to turn that around. And my sisters and I fell in with not the best crowd, and that is how I found myself where I was.
Who was this crowd?
I believe it was someone under the name of Kingpin.
Oh, shit.
I said I wasn't proud.
Okay.
Wasn't he supposed to be a bad guy? Did you mention him before?
Yes, we had
Right after
thwarted
that?
the gang war between him and the owl.
Yeah, Leland Owsley's trying to take him down. So, what happens? Why aren't you with the Kingpin anymore?
Things went awry. We were in the middle of a heist. The next thing I knew, they were gone, and I was being shuttled off to that place that I would really like to not go back to, if that's possible.
What do you mean gone?
They were gone. They just disappeared. It's like they turned in. One second they were there, and the next second they were gone. It was like there was just dust left.
Oh,
Oh shit, the Blip.
yes.
The Blip. What's the Blip? Why do you all talk like you know what this is?
It is
We
a
don't know
global.
what they said.
It was a global phenomenon.
They didn't tell you why you were in there?
They didn't tell me much of anything. To be fair, I didn't leave my room much.
You've been in there for a minute.
I very much tried to keep to myself.
Well,
Half
I wasn't
of the
sure
world's
of the kind of
population.
company that was there.
it's,
And the company I thought I knew, I did not.
this is going to be a little bit of a shock to you then. That when you were during your heist, what happened to the people you were heisting with happened to about half the population of the world. My
Perhaps.
parents are gone.
Years.
My friends are gone. These are the only people I have with me. So why you're not, what you saw happened for real. If they were thinking you're, God, why wouldn't they tell you that? That's insane.
Well, it is a place of insanity. What was it you were trying to steal?
It was a bank heist.
Oh, it was a bank robbery.
Mhm.
Not any crazy technology or anything.
Nope, just bank heist. We needed money. We were taking what jobs we could get. We tried to toe a moral line, but sometimes that line had to be towed. But we did make sure that no one ever was hurt, if at all possible.
A lot of things have gotten screwed up in the name of if at all possible.
Yes.
So
Listen,
That's a fair judgment.
I'm sorry about what happened to your sisters. All right.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all of your guys' loss as well.
Is there anybody you'd like to reach out to? See if they're still around?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't even know who would be around.
Forgive me. I'm going to pat you down for weapons.
Go on. That's fair.
Pat her down.
Okay. And you don't find anything other than that stun stick that she stole from one of the guards.
I'm gonna get rid of the spider webs. Doesn't mean we trust you. Just don't make any sudden moves, because we can all do things to you in various ways that we don't want to do to you. Okay?
Okay. Heard.
Threats or no, I think she can do math. 5-on-1.
So I'll undo the webs around her hands.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish I could say you're free to go, though. But you're not, because now you know where we are, and there are people looking for us.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So,
I mean, she's been locked up for a long time. They don't, they wouldn't even know about her.
Somebody's going to be coming looking for her. She might be safer off not with.
somebody's been watching us every turn we take.
You're right.
I know that they know she's here then.
Well,
So-
they know she's missing. They'll eventually know that she's missing when they do a head count. Whether or not they connected with us, probably not. If he erased our presence of us there, then we're kind of clear on that.
I was rather thorough.
So the way I see it, you got two options. Become a prisoner here until we figure out until we feel secure enough to let you go. Or we can always use a weapons expert.
Put another shrimp on the body.
I could be a part of another team.
I just look at Lilith. Really?
What? It's Australia.
Really, Lilith?
I like Dumb and Dumber.
We do not commit heists, though. You should know this. We are not that kind of team.
So, my name's Colin. I'll retract the mask.
Hi, Colin.
Sebastian.
Hi, Sebastian.
Lilith, and she'll just kind of, everything will evaporate. And she'll kind of brush everything off.
Hi, Lilith.
That's Cuddle Bear.
I am Mr. Cuddle Bear.
Mister?
The first time you've poked in her head?
No, but we didn't make introductions.
Well, since we're all getting comfortable, I'm Fayette.
Like the car?
That's Fiat.
I could go with that too.
It's just like the city in Louisiana.
New Orleans?
No, Fayette.
Lafayette?
Oh,
Nice to meet you, Fayette.
Nice to meet you all.
And I guess welcome to the team. So, other than being a weapons badass, what other talents do you have?
Well, I didn't lie about the dancer part. All right, I see we're not at laughing points yet. Cool. I definitely trained in hand-to-hand combat. Weapons master. Not sure if anybody is familiar with Black Widow.
Spider.
Or
The what did she call the team she was part of that I heard of?
the Avengers?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Avengers. Yeah, the Avengers. Same training background as her.
Gotcha.
So are they all Black Widows? Are you Black?
Yes.
Would you be on the Avengers?
Essentially, yes. You are one of the would be considered a Black Widow. Yes.
I see.
Where the first name I gave you came from.
I'm just glad to have another girl on this team. Frozen pizzas? Frozen pizza? Frozen pizza?
Yes,
Frozen
please. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
Sure,
I'd have
frozen pizza.
She'll just head down to the kitchen and start pulling pizzas out.
All right. Cool.
Surprised we're not having frozen pizzas right now.
Gonna follow Lilith down to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So Lilith, why are you distracting yourself now?
Wouldn't you? I got nothing left to really ask Fayette other than anything about Zach, but you guys want her name and make sure she's not dangerous. I'm all for it.
Let's see what
We
are we
could
gonna
use the
do?
muscle.
Yeah, what are we
We
gonna
could
do?
use the muscle.
Yeah, exactly. She's the only one of us that really, besides myself, is any good in hand-to-hand combat from what she says. So I'm okay with that. But let's talk about you, since you were just redirected that conversation away from my initial question again. How are you? What's going on? What's going through your mind?
Well, I'm trying to think of how how much more my life is in danger now that there's an Amun-Ra guy going around looking for this. So yeah, I got a lot going on, Colin.
We'll find.
Isn't that enough, or do you want something else to define?
No, we'll find the shards.
I mean, no, really. I'll do whatever makes you comfortable. That's
No.
what's important.
No, it's more about you. You realize
And
we're
I am
doing this.
uncomfortable, and I'm scared, and I don't know what, so I'm eating some fucking pizza. Go interrogate your prisoner. Yeah, I don't need help.
Okay.
I need food.
When you do need help, promise me you'll ask.
Will do. Hey, there's only 2 pepperonis. You want one?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and while they're downstairs, I'm going to kind of reach out to Fayette and say, "Hey, look, sorry about the glass prison, and sorry about Colin. He can be a little, well, he's just trying to be protective."
That's very understandable. I get where you all are coming from on that front. But thank you for the glass prison. Would have preferred that to being blown up. So.
Well,
Thanks.
yeah, we didn't know that was going to happen. You were kind of there were about 3 or 4 of them. I thought they were going to kill you. I didn't know what else to do, so ended up in there. But anyway, welcome. I know it's not much yet. We haven't been here too long.
I will ask you, did you know the creature that blew up?
You had not seen him before.
Okay. Generally, how familiar am I with the other? Was I with the others?
Well, as you were saying, you tried to keep to yourself for the most part. Gail was one that, kind of reached out to you and was someone to talk to. I wouldn't say she was exactly friendly.
Mm-hmm.
She was very cold and very abrupt. She certainly had a disdain for the security guards that were there, which you certainly saw what she could do to them once she was able to. There were, a few other inmates here and there, that you would interact with, at lunch and dinner and so forth, but nobody of real importance. You mostly just kind of kept your distance from everybody there because you didn't know really where you were other than, an insane asylum, and you certainly didn't feel like you were insane. And a lot of these people were a little weird, and if you were just a 14 or 13-year-old girl that didn't have the abilities that you would have, you probably would have been terrified of most of those people that were in there.
Fair enough.
But you knew for sure, other than perhaps Gail, and again, this seems to have been a misjudgment of character. Most of those people you didn't want to associate with.
Okay. That's what I had assumed, so.
So yeah, Colin will come back upstairs. Yeah, pizzas are in the oven, guys.
Thank goodness.
So who had Mr. Wong's number?
I do.
Give him a call.
I do not have funds.
Then reach out to him.
I can just tell you his number. Because last time I talked to him, I went there by myself, in person.
Okay.
Which I suppose I could do. But we do have his phone number, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
This is Wong, Sorcerer Supreme.
That's how you answer the phone?
How else should I answer the phone?
You should say that you have the wrong number.
All right, there's 10 karma points. You can have those.
Yay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this Mr. Wong, Sorcerer Supreme. This is Colin. We met a few weeks ago at the cat.
Oh yes. I know who you are.
Yeah. Got a question for you. Favor, perhaps. We're finding the need to get to Australia really quickly. And a commercial flight really isn't an option considering who we are. So I know that you can like do portals and all that fun stuff. So we were kind of hoping maybe you could we could come over and you could open a portal to a location one of our friends would give you in Australia, so that we can go and perhaps save one of our friends' lives from an ancient god.
I was just about to ask you why.
Well, you remember the girl that was with us? I believe you talked to her a little bit. You
Yes, Lilith. Yes.
Lilith, yeah. And she's kind of got that necklace that she's carrying around this ancient deity with her. Apparently, that ancient deity's boyfriend, ex-lover, husband, knows that she's there and is coming after Lilith. What was it? Amun Ra? Was that his name? Amun Ra?
Yes.
Yeah, Amun Ra.
The Egyptian god Amun Ra.
If you say so, sure. Not my strong point. Yeah, so we need to go and I believe get a shard from the grave of Gilgamesh, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've overheard.
In Australia.
Uh-huh. You can come with if you want. Sounds like a fun time.
Tell him that Gilgamesh is alive.
Really?
I mean, who wouldn't be curious to go and ask question to Gilgamesh? Fucking Gilgamesh.
I thought Gilgamesh was dead, but apparently he's alive.
Well, the tomb was empty or something, right?
Yeah, tomb was empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that he's alive, but if you see the Eternals.
Cat, I'm trying to sell it.
Well, he could be alive. His tomb's empty, apparently. From what we saw in a flashback. Kind of more of a montage, I guess.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Because it's a montage.
It's a montage.
Has there been a montage of flashbacks?
So yeah. What time works for you?
Teenagers.
You're
Come
not the
over
first-
when you can.
You're not the first person to say that talking to me.
Come over when you can. I should be here the rest of the day unless some other crisis averts its ugly head.
Okay, yeah. We've got some pizzas in the oven. We'll probably eat those and then we'll be over.
Oh, are they Tostinos?
Yes.
Oh.
Little product placement here for it.
Well, perhaps you could grease my palm with one of those Tostino pizzas.
Do you want us to cook it or do you just want to bring a frozen one? Because they're not really that good like reheated.
That's true. Yes, the frozen one will be fine.
Okay.
I'm sure I can manage.
Gotcha. We're out of pepperoni.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Okay.
One
Sorry.
second, stepping away for bedtime. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Well, we'll see you in an hour or two. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet.
Thanks. I hung up. Okay, yeah, he's not really agreed, but he told us to come over.
Excellent.
Maybe you guys can be a little bit more convincing than I can.
I'm sure he will help us.
Okay. Those pizza's done yet? I'm hungry.
All right. So you sit there, have some pizza. Sydney, this is the first good food that Fayette has had in months.
It's Totino's. It's not
I
that
imagine.
That's
It's not
good
asylum food.
I need tuna.
good. We'll open a can of tuna for the cat.
I was about
One
to ask, do they
can-
make tuna flavor?
One can of tuna.
What?
You're gaining a little bit of weight there, Cuddle.
Oh shit!
What? I burn a lot of energy during my day.
Mhm.
When exactly do you burn energy? Is it when you're licking your feet, licking your back, around?
Has anyone changed his litter recently? Me either.
Talk to my mind. I'm pretty sure he can handle his own goddamn litter.
Yeah.
So, Fayette, I guess you should probably know what we can do so you really don't get surprised by anything, maybe?
You know, I've been prepared for about anything at this point. There is a talking cat at the table.
Well, there's one thing that kind of shocks a few people. And I change into Lilith. My form just changed, and now there's two Liliths sitting in front of you. Like, perfect replica.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I look better than that. You know it.
You're just looking through your own eyes. I'm just replicating what you are.
Out of curiosity, does he still smell like him, or does he smell like her?
Interesting.
Probably smell like me.
Make a intuition roll.
Ooh, 81 yellow.
With your cat-like senses, yes, the smell is very similar to Lilith, but just off enough that you can tell a difference.
Cool. I was just curious how well your replication was.
Okay, I'll change back into my normal column form.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. Plus, I can sense people's powers. If they have super powered abilities.
All right.
Then I can actually absorb them as well. So, yeah. What I can do changes a lot.
All right. Versatile.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that just in case that, because I was actually acting like Lilith when if you saw somebody that looked like Lilith in the insane asylum before the fight started, that was actually me.
All right.
So anyway,
And it was a month, but we're not. We'll ease you into that. So
Okay.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
All
You
right.
do whatever. If anybody else wants to share, go ahead.
Well, as you've probably guessed, I mess with glass, and just random glass around the room starts kind of floating up into the air.
Sweet. All right.
Gently put everything back down.
Also, you're translucent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Not all the time. Not I can do the reflective thing if I need to, but yeah, this is my usual form.
Lilith will just turn to get Thiania, and as she kind of leans in, her eyes fill up with black and start dripping out in her mouth. All this like black sort of liquid, and it drips onto the floor. Tss, tss, tss. And then it'll all just kind of evaporate, and it'll be like her face. She says, "It's a deity thing."
It's a deity thing. You would understand.
You wouldn't understand.
Elder gods.
I doubt anyone would.
I
Be
don't
honest.
understand.
Maybe Jesus.
Oh no! Everybody froze up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You've been
it's on your
freezing
end.
up, so yeah.
We can still hear you, but your video's been freezing quite a bit. But I mean, that's okay. I wouldn't mess around with it as long as we can hear you.
Unless her audio just froze up too.
Yeah. All right, so we'll pick
Powers
back up kind of
thumbs.
where we were, and we've finished up lunch and are heading over to the Sanctum Sanctorum to visit with Wong at this point. So you guys roll up to the sanctum and knock on the door, and Wong comes out and says, "Welcome once again. Just come in, have a seat. Tell me a little bit about what's going on." And you guys can fill them in. We don't have to rehash all of that. Tell them, basically what happened at the sanatorium, and introduce them to Dr. Druid, and the two magicians kind of take a moment and speak to one another privately. And Wong comes back out and he says, "Well, I've had a chance to talk with Dr. Druid here and compare notes. Where I'm going to be sending you is somewhere deep in the outback of Australia. And I don't know what it is that you're going to be facing, but Dr. Druid says that he feels confident that he should be able to accompany you and keep an eye out for any trouble that might perhaps come your way. There are certain things here that I do need to keep an eye on myself here in New York and on this plane of existence, but in a pinch, perhaps I might be able to join you should the need arise. If Amun-Ra does make an appearance, then Dr. Druid will be able to reach out to me, and I will try to get there as hastily as possible. So do be careful.
We're really good at that.
And
How will we get back?
Dr. Druid will be able to contact me, and I can bring you back.
Okay.
I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you're able to find what you're looking for, Lilith.
Well, thank you. And if you by chance come across any information on Amun-Ra, the deity that's looking for me, or Nyx, the deity that's possessing me, feel free to reach out.
I'll pass along any information I can come across, yes. All right, so he has a ring on 2 of his fingers, and he begins to gesture in the air, and you see these little orange sparks that appear in the air, which then begin to open up into a large portal. And through this portal, you can see the Australian outback, reddish brown sands, and a desert out in front of you. He says, whenever you're ready, just step through and you'll be there.
Hold on. Do we have water and anything, or can we rely on
Eyes.
like, can you like create fig Newtons or something, or like water consumed there, or are we screwed? Because I can.
He's doing this. He says, oh, just a moment. With his other hand, he weaves another spell with his other hand, and you guys have a satchel that appears across your chest and at your hip.
All of us?
Well, you have a little teeny tiny backpack that appears on your back.
Sweet.
And he says, all of your necessities to get you through at least 1 or 2 days should be in the satchel. But I'm counting on that Tostino's pizza when you get back.
You got it.
Pepperoni.
Down. I am.
It is the best.
Yes.
All right, so you're stepping through?
And Shatter's like, I'm ready to see the kangaroos. He's just head first in.
I'll step through it as I walk through. It's like, wait a
The
minute.
sunlight starts beaming through him and setting all kinds of and fun.
Shouldn't we-
You gotta wear an umbrella
I'll
so
walk
you don't
through
like
it.
ignite around you.
I'll say out loud, wait a minute, shouldn't Fayette have weapons?
Oh, she can have this, and or well, she'll pull out the Mace of Justice.
The mace? Okay.
Yeah.
Did that have any particular powers that went along with it? I kind of forgot.
No, it's just an incredible material strength.
Okay, incredible material strength. All right,
And
so...
then, elbow knives, which are
If
remarkable.
it wasn't, I was gonna say, if it wasn't clear, the way we hustled from the firehouse to Long, I've got the axe with me. I'm taking that across the country, of course.
Mhm.
I'll keep the gun and the grenade, but I'll give the elbow blades and the mace to Thiania.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Thiania,
Mm-hmm.
you can add to your sheet under equipment. All right, actually, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I have it up. It's just moving super, super slow.
All right, so I'm putting the elbow blades in there. What was the damage on those?
Remarkable.
Okay. Oop. And then the Mace of Justice. And for you, it's made of incredible material, but because of your strength, it will do excellent blunt damage.
All right.
All right. So there we go.
Cool.
All right. So they're on your sheet now. And that mace is adorned with like kind of holy Catholic carvings on it.
Okay.
And it's made of a black metal.
Ooh, okay.
Black metal.
Black metal. Jojo, check out the
That's metal.
Was
All
this Dusk's? Was that the
So,
person who had
metal.
this?
No, that was I think. Well, who was it? It wasn't Black Knights, was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it belonged to now offhand, but I think it might have been the Black Knight.
The Black Knight. Okay.
Mhm. All right, so you guys are plunked down in the desert of the Australian outback at a location near Uluru, Ayers Rock in central Australia. It is hot and dry out here in the outback, and very few trees can be seen peppering the dry clay that surrounds you. The area is filled with chasms and jutting rocks and hills, and other than the sparse wildlife that includes spiders and snakes, there's little sign of life. Off in the distance, however, you do spot an oddly shaped rocky slope with a single tree perched atop it. And there seems to be a figure beneath it, but at this distance, it's hard to make out the form.
It's Gateway, isn't it? How far is it?
It's probably maybe about 500 yards away.
And there's no, and there's nothing out in this clay desert, right? We're just out in the
Yeah, other than
Okay.
that, that's the only sign of life really that you can see,
Okay.
other than just the snakes and spiders,
Flip is. I'll suit up. Karen, can you enhance the figure next to that rock?
on it. All right, let me pull this up for you. Let's see, where did I put it?
He never finds things.
I know, I've got way too many folders. That's my problem. Is it there? No. All right, I'm gonna go elsewhere. I'll be back here. Well, come on, work, computer.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, and Karen, turn on the AC.
Done. Ah, there we go. All right. So in
Oh, hello.
your armor, in your visuals, you spot a woman, very attractive, with blonde hair and wearing a white kind of flowing gown. It's not formal, but you know, it's kind of lacy and somewhat see-through, and you can kind of make out the full form of her body.
Does she have huge tracts of land?
She has huge tracts of land. And she is seated beneath this tree and appears as though she's meditating. She's got her legs crossed and her arms resting on her knees.
Karen, can you identify her?
I cannot.
What powers am I getting off of her?
You're not close enough, I don't think.
I feel like I need to roll for a sexual awakening. Sheesh.
Yeah. Thank God I'm wearing the suit.
Maya's gonna ask, or Lilith's gonna ask Nyx. So, you have a friend over there? See if she answers.
I don't know who that is,
Really?
but I do sense the power
Ooh, the power.
coming off
What's
of
that
her.
power? Like
It is-
really sticky power or
Hmm.
light power, like your boyfriend? I don't know.
It is an ancient power,
Hmm.
a power that is as old as I am.
She'll pipe up and say, "Okay, I believe we have a deity alert, or at least a thing that was considered a deity. Maybe still,
Great.
yeah.
Another god.
Oh,
Not everything can be out to kill us, right? Let's go say hello.
well, this one's friendly.
From a distance, yeah.
Okay. Give me one. Let me do something first. Going invisible.
Okay.
And I'm going to get within 20 areas so
Okay.
that I can sense powers.
All right. I've pulled up the map for you, and where you guys are located on that map, that would put you within range for sure.
What about Doolittle? I mean, Druid, Dr. Druid.
Asking whether or not he can. Whether he's there
Where
or not.
is he
Yeah,
on the
he.
map?
I didn't put him out there. There we go. All right, there we go. Now I've got him. Give me 1 second here. I gotta. My son is
Oh,
acting up in the bedroom. I'll be right back.
Excuse me. You people with children.
Okay, so you are now within range to catch the powers. So you have enhanced senses,
Okay.
regeneration,
Okay.
weapons creation,
No.
martial supremacy,
Mm-hmm.
and last but not least, immortality.
well, all right.
I share.
You might
I
want to
sure-
grab that one.
I share that with everyone. Yeah, so it's a god.
Wait,
Then we must approach with caution.
Yeah, particularly with regeneration, there's not much we're going to be able to do to her.
We do not need to fight her.
Well, yeah.
no. Hey, Doctor,
What if
how
She won't
Nyx
let us in.
says she doesn't recognize this being, but it's an ancient energy or ancient power. Colin's saying, do you know who this might be?
I can't say that I do. Perhaps with a closer look, perhaps I might be able to discern something, but
what
at this
level were the
distance, it's hard
enhanced
to say.
senses?
The enhanced senses, incredible.
Listening in?
Maybe just outside of her range.
Yeah, so we are probably just outside of her range.
Okay.
But she'll
So-
know she'll know we're coming. So I say we just start walking.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. We're dealing with an immortal god with enhanced senses, and we're in the middle of the open. So let's go say hi.
Plus, we're not, we're not aggressors here. There's
No.
Not that we know of yet.
Not like we're trying to start trouble. Let's
We never try to start trouble, but we always do.
no, we finish it.
Lilith will hang back with the doctor, the tail end of this group.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's gonna know. She's gonna probably feel if Mix could feel her power, she's gonna feel Mix's power. So just be ready for that.
Yeah, I don't think we can get around it, but maybe me being in the back
Not
might
leading.
be harming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying in the back is one thing I will
Wait.
suggest. We
Cuddle Bear's already moved.
Yeah, let's get a
Oh,
move.
shit.
He's gonna say I will. I will
Damn you,
suggest that
Cuddlebear.
we don't lie to this being if it asks any direct questions.
And there is just a small area for you guys to be able to get through to where she is.
This little tunnel, this little channel here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We'll follow the kitty cat.
All right, just show me where you guys end up.
I say, yeah, this looks like an entrance.
Uh-huh.
How tall is this?
Can somebody move me? My computer won't work.
Oh, sure. Yeah. do you want to be with the rest of the core group here?
Yeah, I'm not staying. I'm following everybody else's lead. I'm the new kid.
Now, if you tap on your character and click and activate her, you can use your arrow keys to move her around.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll work or not. Is that working for you?
No, not now. I have a white screen.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's just when I open that. If I close out of it, I go back to the map. It's just clicking on anything. It's bleh.
Okay. But you can see what's going on now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's no problem. I can control the character if you just tell me what you want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So you guys kind of gather around that little gateway that's near the tree that she's sitting beneath. And when you get roughly in that range, she still has her back to you, and she speaks. So, Deviants, you finally returned. It's been a long time. Let's see if my blades are still sharp enough to remove your heads, shall we?
I will immediately telepathically go, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey.
And she gets up, turns, and these two glowing blades form in both of her hands. They are almost transparent, and they are made out of like this golden energy that forms this kind of like web-like pattern, but it's super razor thin. Now, those of you that are familiar with, the imagery that you guys have seen associated with Gilgamesh's tomb and the containment unit that was in Nyx's father's containment center, they bear a striking resemblance to the runes and symbols that were drawn in the books and on the walls of Gilgamesh's tomb. Now it is time to roll the initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he Mr.
Seriously?
Tries to like talk to her before she draws and say like, we're not deviants, madam. Like, just look at us. We are not your enemy.
Yep, Shatter's hands up. Literally no interest in doing this.
And I'm going to attempt to give her basically the idea that maybe to not go with her instinct of immediately attacking somebody for once, and to take a look at the people first and gauge them as a threat or not.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let you do that. Go ahead and roll that.
We're gonna call karma for that one. Oh, 74 becomes 84. We'll spend 20 total to make that a red.
Okay. Okay.
It's gotta be one of those.
She has karma to spend too.
NPCs don't have karma.
Oh yes, they do. Especially this one.
Yeah.
All right, so you reach out in order to try to calm her. What you hear in return is, You continue to fill me with your lies.
Oh, that's never good.
And then she makes a move towards the small little gathering of the group that you have there. Fortunately, Lilith is further behind. Dr. Druid has moved up with Lilith to kind of protect the night that is. Now it is time to roll the initiative. So, let's see here.
Making a counter.
Oh, I need to activate everybody. Let me get you in here.
I wondered. I was like, it is the fist, right? But I see what's going on.
This is the North Star.
There we go. Now you're there. Sid, I'll roll for you if you're having trouble.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's moving slow, so.
And on your character sheet, Sid, what is your initiative modifier?
Let me try to get that open. Where did I go? Hang on, sorry.
You got a 1.
Do you have a mouse or are you using a trackpad?
Mouse.
Mouse. Okay, if you right click on the mouse and click on the map, you can move the map around.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it's just there. My little icon had disappeared for a minute, so I was like, did I die? What happened here? Okay. And it's slowly but surely opening up. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I actually didn't put an initiative bonus in there for you. I'll do that. So let's see, it's +1, 2. That would be 3. So you got a +3.
Killing it with those initiative rolls.
All right,
Okay,
Nix,
so
what's your
it's-
modifier, Nix?
3.
Okay. Cuddle Bear,
Mine is also 3.
Spider Wasp,
1.
Shatter. Oh,
Big
I don't have
fat
to
zero.
ask you. 0. Yeah.
Yep. Goose it.
And you rolled a 1. So it's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I killed that initiative. Nailed it.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah. All right. So, Nix, actually, you're first.
So I'm gonna up and shoot herself like at a kind of as she raises to be above Athena.
Mm-hmm.
But as she's going up, I'm gonna yell out, calm yourself, sister. And she'll go up maybe an area above, maybe 2.
Okay.
Out of there. Now, can I roll for multiples now? Since
Yep.
I'm all in. Okay. And that is fighting, yes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is that? A -5?
No, it's a -3.
Oh boy.
All right. So I got one thing. We'll see how it goes.
Mr.
Do
Cuddlebear's
I
like,
need
oh,
to
no,
go
no, no.
now? That's it? I have to use this action now, yes?
Yeah, because you have the 1, yeah.
Well, you can hold on to it, and you can wait if you want, and just see what happens.
Yeah. If
And then when we roll back around, it can go to you.
Yeah. I'll do the
Okay.
movement and then I'll park myself above her.
All right, so I'll pull you over closer if that's cool with you. All right, so then it goes to Fayette.
Oh God.
Now, here's what I would suggest.
Okay.
First, say I'm going to roll for extra actions. And then you're going to roll fighting, which for you is on the remarkable column.
Okay.
Or actually, you get a +1 for that, so it's incredible. And you got a yellow. So that for you is going to give you incredible. Yeah, this gives you a total of 3 actions.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
a
now-
good thing.
Now it's your turn. You just decide what you're going to do.
Oh gosh. All right, so she hasn't actually come in for an attack yet.
You certainly recognize that she has taken a stance that looks as though she's ready to leap into action at this point. So she's in a fighting stance.
All right. I don't feel like I should initiate any combat yet.
You can hold if you want to decide to hold and see what she does. That's fine too.
Yeah, I would like to hold and kind of see what the group is going to do, because I feel like they all have a way of doing things, and I don't want to disrupt this by but jumping in too fast.
You're about to find out.
You're not gonna,
Right.
You don't want to Leroy Jenkins.
All right, so we jump to Cuddle Bear.
I too will roll for multiple actions. 56 unremarkable is green, so I have 2 total, I think.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will go into phase, but I will be. I'm not armored up, and I'm gonna kind of trot up here to her, and be like, "Madam, please calm yourself. I assure you, we mean you no harm or disrespect. We merely come seeking the one called Gilgamesh."
Are you influencing her?
No, just speaking telepathically to her.
Okay. All right. It's her turn. She looks down at the cat at her feet, and she says, "You seek Gilgamesh. Well, I am Gilgamesh's protector." And she drives the blade down into your body. Now you're in phase.
Yes.
So it goes into the ground. And it barely looks like it did anything to the ground itself. But you can tell that the power that was behind that certainly could have cleaved you in twain.
Yikes.
Spider wasp.
Well, that changes what I was going to do. I am going to roll for multiples. Karma. Oh, that's a waste of 10 karma points. Can the 69 I got last time carry over to this one? And I am going to off. Shoot up.
Can he get like a 4th action or something? Down.
Yeah, really,
Yeah, nope.
Shoot up so that I'm next to Nix in the air.
Okay.
And I am going to web the holy living shit out of her.
Okay.
Like 3 times the amount of web that I would normally would. And we'll call karma on that as well. And we'll take that to a yellow.
Okay. Ooh, that's not good for her.
No, it's not. Good for me.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to take that up to a green, so subtract 2 column shifts from that, but that still gives you a green.
Yeah.
All right. That's 2 actions now for her. So, Dr. Druid at this point is going to move up into this area right here, but he's holding his action for now as well. Shatter.
Okay. Shatter is going to let the glass fall kind of that's on the axe, and I'm picking up the axe, and I'm marching right for. I mean, she's fully webbed up at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The axe. Then
Well, she's got webs on her. Yes. Mm-hmm.
She's got webs on her. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. In that case, then he's seen enough of her trying to cleave Mr. Cuddlebear in half. He's taken a swing with the axe, which does monstrous damage regardless who swings it. That was its special thing.
What's going on with the area of effect around Nyx?
Sorry.
I think Sean's doing that. I didn't know you had access to be able to do that, but that's cool.
Hey,
though. I mean, you can certainly keep that on there.
I was like, whoa. So Shatter will kind of move up and call Karma and then roll on the monsters, right? For that.
Karma.
You're hitting her with the axe.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it's gonna bleed right at her. I mean, after seeing what she tried to do to Cuddlebear, we're not fucking around.
Okay, so it is actually just your fighting. Now it will do potentially monstrous damage. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Which the fighting is so it's just good, right? Or is it? Okay, that's what I thought.
You don't have any like weapons talents, yeah. So yeah, just straight fighting.
Okay, so it does monstrous damage, but it's straight fighting. Okay, Karma, and here we go. Maybe did it roll? No, it did not.
Oh no!
Good God!
Wow.
What is my life?
Okay, so you go running at her and lift this thing up over your head, and this is really the first time that you're actually using it for the intents and purposes that it's meant to be used. And this motherfucker is heavy. and you lift it up behind your back and lose it.
No!
And it falls into the dirt at Sid's feet, at Thiania's feet.
All right.
And Sid, now there is this giant axe of doom that is sitting at your feet, and you're like, oh, that's nice.
Because I can see where this is going, Sydney. It's really cold to the touch, too.
and you take a look at the mace, and you take a look at the axe, and you're like, huh, how about that?
How about that?
So
okay, it's at this point, it's the end of the first part of this initiative, so we roll back at this point to the top, which would be to Nyx.
Sid
your
can
held
take
action.
Well, Sid can take an action since she held her action. Or no,
that's true.
Did.
Yeah, well, no, Sid did as well. So yes, but Nyx held the action first, so she would go first.
Okay. And I think it's a good opportunity to dive bomb. So what's the plus minus? I'm -3 because of my fighting skill or lack thereof. And then the bonus when doing the charging.
It's your endurance then for the charging attack.
And then do I get any bonuses for the dive bomb?
How high are you?
2 areas, I believe.
Yeah, so that would be. It doesn't do anything to actually hit, but it will increase your damage +2 column shifts. So
if I went up 3, would I be able to get +3 for that? Or?
You could, yes. Yeah, and I think that's.
I have remarkable flight, so
mm-hmm.
I don't know how many areas I can fly within that.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah,
pretty sure 3 at least.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll do. I'll go up another area and then dive bomb down.
Okay.
So hopefully they should cancel each other out, or do I?
No, you're at -3 to hit, but you're at +3 for damage.
Oh, okay. So nothing helps me hit. I thought I was +3 to hit too. When doing that.
This is the damage.
Okie dokie. All right. So Karma. And I'm -3 for that.
Mm-hmm.
And endurance. So I'm excellent.
Here you go.
Oh,
I'm
I'll
assuming
do
you're
an
taking that up
extra-
to Red.
yeah.
The 10 does that, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
10. So it's a red.
All right, so let's see what she does here.
I believe is
And this goes without
Possible
saying,
stone.
we're rolling karma. Oh, shit. Okay, so you're going to subtract now
Well,
from that hit. Well, if you took it up, are you taking it up to 99 or 100?
sorry.
I would spend that
I'll
extra
take it up to
1 point and
100
take it
because
to
it's only
100, yeah.
21.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so that leaves you in the red. All right, so the only thing this is going to do is potentially reduce the damage, and you're doing 150 points of damage.
she can't dodge.
Huh?
She is bound by the webs.
You bound her up. Did you
Yeah.
bound her to the ground?
No, I cocooned her.
Okay, she can still move.
She inchworms
yeah.
away.
So I am doing shift X damage,
Uh-huh.
150, and then potential stun, I believe, with the charging.
Yep.
With the
Right,
double.
yeah.
So do I roll on that, or is it?
She rolls endurance.
She rolls it. Okay.
All right, we're gonna roll her endurance real quick and see what happens. And she got a yellow. Okay, so no stun. But then could be a potential slam.
Da, da, da.
But that roll counts for that too, so no slam. But you certainly did some damage to her, without
Okay.
a doubt.
I believe that makes me done.
Okay, it goes to Thiania.
All right. Check out the shiny new toy.
Okay. And you feel the power in this thing, and it's like nothing you have felt before. And you certainly feel energized and ready for battle.
Heck yeah.
And that's a free action, just picking that up. So you may make an attack if you wish.
Yes. Definitely want to attack.
All right, so we're going to draw you closer to her, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I
All right.
assume she shoves me out of the way on the way.
Is dual wielding allowed? Do I have that?
You can. You don't have the ambidextrous ability, so on your
All
offhand, you're at a -1 column shift.
Okay. And we'll. I will just stick with the one. It's new. I don't need to overdo it. But yeah, definitely going to attack with that.
Okay. With the axe?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we're going to roll fighting plus with your weapons specialist. Gives you a +2 column shift to all weapons on your fighting. And then your weapons master gives you another +2. So that's remarkable.
So even with your offhand, that's
Yeah.
still would be +3
Mhm.
column shifts. That's still pretty badass.
So we're rolling on the unearthly column for you.
So
Right.
monstrous offhand, that's still worth it.
All right, so
Fuck man.
56 gives you a yellow. With an edged attack as a possible stun. That's 1, 2, 3 actions for her. She is also going to try to dodge. Got a yellow. So that 2, 3, 4 takes you down to remarkable. Still hits with a yellow. All right, possible stun. She got a red, no stun.
Damn, that's hot.
But let's see how much damage that does. Wow. You guys are tearing into her, into Thiania. Look at that.
We didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I chose the path of diplomacy.
Mr. Cuddlebear, you've got another action, right?
I do.
Okay.
After I watch her get all just waylaid on, I'm gonna just try again. I'm saying we don't have to do this, and we don't want to do this. Like we're looking for some information. Like you need not suffer this.
And just speaking again, correct?
This time I'll try it. I'll try it again.
Okay.
Try to get her to kind of like at least consider seeing reason.
Okay.
Call Connor for that. Ooh. I can take it to a yellow. So I will. Yeah, I'll make it yellow.
Okay. Ah, dang. All right, she got a yellow as well on her psyche. Whether it worked or not at this point, you don't know. Dr. Druid. I think he's going to try to cast a binding spell.
Okay.
Be on the remarkable column for him. Ah, shit. Well, that didn't work.
Nope.
So you see like these green bands grow up out of the earth, and they look like vines that try to creep up and grasp a hold of Thiania, but they're not able to make purchase on her. And now we shall go to Shatter. You don't have any other actions, right?
No extra actions. For
Okay.
Shane.
So we go back up to the top. That goes back to Sid for
You missed
Oh.
me.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault. And your audio is very, very faint. I can barely hear you.
Maybe I'm Is that better or worse?
Better.
Marginally better, yeah.
Alrighty. I am going to. Let's see. We're going to use neural manipulation to paralyze her.
Okay.
And we're going to call Karma.
Okay.
And we'll take it to the 100.
Okay. Oh. That's not Dr. Druid that just rolled. It's her. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
okay. So you do that to her, and she just kind of freezes in place at this point.
Mhm.
And then we can roll back up to Sid. So, Sid, you see that she has kind of stopped moving at this point.
Okay.
You want to do anything?
You'll hear me over the communications go. I think I just paralyzed her.
I'm going in for another attack.
Okay. With the axe once again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 74, possible stun. 22, that's definitely a stun. So she is paralyzed and now stunned for, and I'm just rolling for 9 rounds.
Oh, she got knocked the fuck out.
Well,
right.
It's not me using it. I'm just happy to see that axe doing something.
All right, and she falls bloodied at your feet.
Yeah, she just said another monstrous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, everybody, chill. She's down. She's not. Is she in? She's not dying, is she?
No.
I kind of go up and sniff at her.
No. She's hurt real bad, but not dying.
Colin, can you continue binding her and maybe perhaps using some of your webbing to seal her wounds? Can you do that?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to roll for it, or can?
No, it's okay. Yeah, we can just say that we can do that. Yeah.
And yeah, she's being held by monstrous now.
Yep.
I'll release the neural manipulation on her so that she can talk.
Okay.
Paralysis.
I'll be sitting on her when she comes to.
Who's got our highest intuition?
Not me.
I have incredible.
As do I.
I've got good.
Okay, Cuddle Bear and Nyx, why don't you guys roll an intuition for me, please?
We'll call Karma. This seems important. Ooh. So 90. Well, I'll spend 11 to make it red.
Okay. All right. So you both, Cuddle Bear, you hear this first, and then Nyx, you kind of notice it just a moment later. You hear coming from above this kind of sound, and it draws your attention up, and you see what looks like the form of a man.
What?
Kind of coming into view from the air.
Get down. Thank you. Did you flash up an image?
Getting there.
Okay.
And he lands just outside the circle area there. And I will show you a picture of this fine gentleman. This guy's dressed in gold and green, tight form-fitting armor.
Does he have huge tracts of land as well?
He also has huge tracts of land. And that same kind of golden energy that was coming off of the woman is coming off of his wrists and fists as he comes down and punches the ground in a superhero landing. And rocks and dirt and dust fly up from where he just landed. And he stands amidst the dust and says, "Move away from her now."
What powers am I getting?
Okay. Immortality.
Oh, another god. Cool.
Regeneration. And cosmic energy gauntlets.
Oh, explains the rocks flying when he hit the ground. Yeah. Who are you?
Get away from her now.
We are not trying to hurt her. She attacked us.
Yes,
we're just here for some information. We don't want to hurt anybody.
You don't want to get hurt either. Step away.
Yeah, Shatter's been shuffling to the left this whole time. Just ever so slightly.
You're taking flight? Okay, so
yeah. So she'll be about 15 feet above.
Okay.
I'll do the same thing back over here.
All right. So he makes his way into Thina, and
I will hop off of her chest.
okay, and he
I'm gonna
looks
back up as well.
he looks at her and he looks at you guys, and he says, "What have you done to her?"
Oh, me?
Me?
Nothing.
We did
Nothing
not seek to fight her.
Nothing that she can't regenerate, just like you.
She will not listen to reason. Perhaps you will.
You are all children. Why are you here?
We seek the one called Gilgamesh.
How do you know my name?
Ooh.
Because I am the knight that is
What?
the ground. But she's all inked up, just getting closer to Gilgamesh.
And he looks at you and he says, Nyx, you're the mortal protector.
Good to
Oh,
know.
what?
The mortal
This
protector.
is a memorial protector.
That has not been our experience.
Not now, Fuzzbucket.
Then you are
I hear.
you are not villains.
No.
We don't think so.
No,
Hardly.
No. We are not these deviants that she called us.
Help me get Thina home.
Where's home?
Just over the ridge.
Next, we'll lift
Sure.
her up onto like a floating platform.
Okay. And then he leads you guys back down the way that you had come, and roughly about a mile off into the outback. You end up coming upon a pretty humble little abode, kind of just a cabin, just out in the middle of nowhere. He's got a large outdoor oven that he's created kind of out of the clay surrounding the area. And there's a bunch of chickens kind of running around and so forth. It really just looks like a kind of a farmhouse almost. And opens the door and sets Thina in on a bed and begins tending her wounds while he addresses the group. I apologize for the misunderstanding that led to whatever your confrontation was out there with Thina. My sister, my friend here, suffers from a disease that affects her mind. We call it madwiri, a defect that can affect our kind after centuries of battle. It forces her to see things that aren't really there, or misinterprets information going to her brain, and activates a berserker rage within her.
Yeesh.
I am her caretaker, and her disorder is what brought us out here to the Outback, far away from civilization. It is my sworn duty to protect her, and in turn, to protect others from her.
She said she was your protector.
I let her think that. You see, Thina and I are of an ancient alien race of beings sent to Earth over 7,000 years ago to protect humanity from other alien races, one in particular known as the Deviants. We call ourselves Eternals, which implies we can't die. Now, that's not exactly the case, but we do not age, nor can we succumb to typical human diseases, and yes, we are much harder to kill than your average Joe.
She
It's
called us deviants.
That's the Madwiri talking. It's our sworn duty to protect humanity from the deviants. We were sent here by a being known as the Celestial, called Arishan. Back in 1521, we had our last battle with the deviants, eradicating them from the earth after centuries of battle. It was at that time that we went our separate ways and I became Thiania's protector. We've been forbidden to interfere with humanity's other perils, which unfortunately included Thanos' Snap. Humanity must be allowed to follow the natural order of the universe, and it is not our place to interfere with evolution. The Snap, unfortunately, was a necessary part of that evolution. Now, you there, the one that bears the visage of Nyx, you said that you are the knight that is. Do you know what that means?
No. But I know it's one of three. The knight that was and the knight that may yet be. I'm under the impression that one of those shards is with you. And there's somebody out for me to get it from me. So it's a bit of a race. What we're trying to do is keep it out of the hands of my brother, who has the support of Amun-Ra, who's also, I guess, connected to Nyx. And Lilith will de-ink and let it all go. She'll just stand there. That's all we're trying to do.
I'm aware of Amun-Ra and his desire to reclaim the love that was once his, the love of darkness. He is light, she is darkness. They are at two opposite ends of the scale. But the affair that they had millennium ago still burns brightly, I think, within his heart. You are the protector of the night that is. I am the protector of the night that was. As an eternal, we are not powerless against the desires of man. And ego and greed can get in the way of our duties at times. It's not with pride that I admit this anymore, but yes, I am the man that the legend of Gilgamesh was based upon. There was a great battle against the deviants outside the gates of Mesopotamia, and I was the Eternal that gave the finishing blow to one of the largest of the lot. Some of the citizens of Mesopotamia witnessed this act and praised me as the savior of their city, and I was immortalized as the God King of Uruk. Thiania here, too, at one point became mistakenly deified as the Greek goddess Athena. So, as Eternals, we found ourselves walking amongst the same circles with other entities who were seen as gods, and that's how I became friends with Hercules. Yes, that Hercules, son of Zeus. Hercules introduced me to his father, but as time passed, my status as God King waned, and my time spent with my drinking buddy Hercules was more sporadic. So we didn't see much of one another over the years. It was to my surprise when Zeus himself came to me, charging me with the duty of protecting a valuable artifact, the night that was, a broken shard of the heart of Nyx, goddess of night. I've been in possession of this item for nearly 3,000 years. So you and I have a lot in common, young one.
Well, are you not in league with those that helped imprison her?
That helped imprison Nyx?
Was it not the Olympians that did that originally?
It was Zeus, yes. And he sought to find a way to hide these shards from those with prying eyes, those like Amun-Ra. One was given to the God King, the God among mortals, myself. Another was given to a particular family of the human race, of which I was never given the identity. But now here we sit, the mortal and the God King. And the third, I know not where that is.
So what happens if you and I touch, or like, are we at risk? Is it a thing to combine the shards? Is there a reason why we're keeping separate, or is it also to protect us from Nyx, or is it to protect Nyx?
He reaches out and he offers his hand to you.
Yeah. Slow down there, Joe. No, we don't.
No holding hands on the
We have
first
no
date?
idea what's going on, and I don't know what Nyx is going to do when I touch you.
I do not have the shard on my person. It's not here with me.
Well, good to meet you, partner.
And you guys shake hands and nothing happens. It's just a hearty handshake.
Where is it?
Yeah. Is it something that we should combine in order to fight off Amun-Ra? Do you think he knows where the third is?
I do keep the shard in a safe place, away from prying eyes, someplace where I know that it cannot be found.
You didn't
But
swallow it, did you?
I didn't swallow it. I said it's not on my person. It's not in my person either.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you say it can't be found, but we found you easily. You sure about that?
Well,
Maybe we should ask the doc how we do. It was something about the energy that comes from you. That's how we found you, right, Doc?
that's correct. I was able to hone in on the powers of the cosmic energy that were present within Gilgamesh's tomb. And that's what I was looking for, was something similar. And I certainly found it. We found Gilgamesh. It wasn't the energies of the shard that I was looking for, it was the energies that was associated with the holder of the
I
shard.
see. So you're
But-
saying if we actually went to go pick up the shard, we would, if someone was tracking us the same way that you were, Doc, would draw them right to the shard.
No, it's draw them to Gilgamesh.
If Gilgamesh is with us and he goes to show us where the shard is,
Oh, well then, yeah.
or if he
Well,
just goes. If anybody's doing the same thing that the doc is doing, I'm
That's-
arguing with the cat again.
we're in a race. That's basically what's happening. We're
Well,
like,
the question is do we want to merge these two?
do you wish to
Is
be
that
freed of?
what the race is?
Yeah, like if you wish to be freed of this entity, then we need all of these shards.
But then that shall be released. If I'm not mistaken, right, Gilgamesh? Doc?
Oh yes.
When Zeus presented me with the shard, He had told me it was imperative to keep them apart. That if they were ever brought together again, then eternal darkness would find its way back to this plane. And you're telling me that you want to bring the shards back together?
I want to know if that's an option. Why would Amun-Ra want that? If that's the case, it's gonna destroy this world.
I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of different perspectives at work here. From my communication with Nyx, her side of the story is that she and the Olympians ran afoul of each other, and then Zeus had imprisoned her within these 3 shards. She has promised that if she were freed, she would merely seek revenge on those who captured her and imprisoned her.
Oh. You've spoken with Nyx, the entity.
I have.
So have I, but evidently she's a little more closed-lipped around me.
And from what I have heard of the stories of Zeus, he is not the most moral of these entities, and one is known for great trickery and guile. I'm not sure who to believe in the case between the two. My greatest concern is for the host that we keep referring to, Lilith here.
There's certainly truth in your words, Cat. And Zeus, the omnipotent, is not without his flaws. And beguiling and trickery is certainly not beneath him. But the entity that lies within your friend is an inherent liar and trickster. And I believe that she is using your compassion against you.
Was she always a trickster? Or just after they started having each other?
I believe it was always in her nature. I believe that when Zeus and the Olympians initially cast her out before her attack on Olympus, that was the trigger that began to turn her darkness even further into the dark.
Are we equating darkness with evil here in this scenario?
Yes.
But should we be?
I firmly believe, yes. She is... I don't know if she is evil incarnate, but she has evil intentions.
Well, we can continue to find more information, but at this point, I think we differ on our experiences of all of her concerns, and the way she talks seems to be fair.
So the only way to get Nyx out of Lilith is to combine the shards?
Or to kill Lilith.
Or kill her.
Or me give it away, according to my brother.
Or yes, you can will it away. To someone in your bloodline, right?
Yeah. Well, we found you. I'm gonna go out on a limb that Amon Ra found you. I'm going to. So, maybe we should have some food and relax. They should be here probably pretty soon. I don't know if they have a teleporter. Do you know if Amon Ra can teleport?
Yeah, he opened the gate at the insane asylum to pull your brother out. So yeah, he can teleport.
It just seemed from a distance that it'll be to the sun. I couldn't tell.
Let me fix you some food. Like, we need some time to think. Because if Amun-Ra is on his way here, then we will be in for the fight of our lives.
Oh, all right. Sounds encouraging.
Who would know where the third shard is? You said you don't.
I don't.
So would Zeus himself, really, I guess, would be the only other one, right?
Zeus would be the only other. And I do not know how to seek counsel with him. I don't run in those circles
I gotta say,
anymore.
every other fantasy person I thought didn't exist has turned out to exist. So how do we get counsel with Zeus?
That's about where I am with it.
Yeah. Cuddlebear will be to call him like, yes, perhaps we should consult Santa Claus while we're at it.
Okay.
Again, I don't know why we're arguing with a cat.
Is this
We're not
normal for
arguing.
you guys? Is this a usual occurrence?
Where we all go silent and get angry at each other for no reason. It's,
I was
It's all a
talking
Cuddlebear
more
problem.
the mythical beings fighting and
No, that's kind of something new.
Oh, okay.
For them
but
to be
it has been
mythical.
pretty standard, though.
but the angry silence, that's
That's
Yeah.
normal, yes.
all right.
A lot of times it's pointed towards me for some reason. I don't understand.
Or me, yeah. I try to be the cat of reason here.
So what, and this is kind of out of game a little bit here. What are you guys thinking at this point? What should you all do?
Hmm.
I want to find the third shard. Before...
And you guys can discuss this while Gilgamesh is making dinner for you all, if you like.
I am, at this point, my only thoughts are to protect Lilith,
Aw.
to keep her safe, because all the baddies are coming towards her.
And he wants to have babies with her.
I do not.
What would come out, like a little green raisin or something?
Exactly. Exactly. We would
Why,
have
but that just really grossed me out.
weird ass. Sid has no idea what that means.
He's
Nope.
he's a scroll.
I'm an alien.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like he's got a green scrotal chin.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I am letting, in my mind, I'm letting Lilith make her own decisions because it's not my place to make decisions for her.
And yeah, Cuddlebear is concerned with her safety because Colin is concerned, and Colin is his human. And
Oh, you're so sweet. I need ears.
So it really then
Gilgamesh
comes down
targets my tuna.
to Lilith, and what do you want to do now that we're here?
well, I'd want to pick Gilgamesh's noggin for anything related to that shard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does he know about the history? Who else has come looking for it? Has he ever had to protect it from someone else? He said he didn't know about the human vessel, but I'm curious how he's able to not be absorbed by it, but attach, or maybe he didn't put it on. I think she's a little curious about how it all comes together.
He tells you
Right now, she's nice, like you guys said.
Yeah, he tells you, number one, as far as anybody coming looking for this in all of these years, 3,000 years that he's had it, no one has come looking. Ever. He was aware that someone had been in his tomb recently. That being your father and Dr. Druid. He didn't know who it was, but he knew that certain triggers that he had left behind had been tripped. So he knew that somebody was looking for something, whether that was him or something else. Somebody had been in his tomb.
Yeah.
As far as being attached to it, the reason why he's not attached is he doesn't need to be. Because Zeus knew that he could entrust it with him and he could put it somewhere where it could not be found. If he touched it, and he has held it, he has not bonded with it. The particular shard, the night that is, was designed to attach itself to a human bloodline. And the only way that a human could defend the shard was to be given a fraction of Nyx's power.
What about the third shard? Is it the same as the shard I have, or is it the same as the shard that, the night that was?
The third is the most dangerous.
Also,
It is what truly contains the prison that she is in. And if the other two shards are brought together with that one, it will release the night that may yet be, whatever that is.
probably her herself, I guess.
Or something new.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you think Amun-Ra wants back or to control her power?
My assumption would be is that he just wants her back.
Yeah.
They were a powerful force to be reckoned with when they were together.
What happens if they reconnect ours? Does that allow that being to more effectively defend the shards from someone like Amun-Ra? Or does it just put the vessel at more risk of losing control? Because if I always had the impression that Nyx could get out, and then I was trying to hold her in. But if she's really not completely here in my head, then who's Cuddlebear talking to? Can she really take me over and become material in those worlds? Or is it she would control me and try and make herself whole again?
That was a multi-tiered question.
Whatever, Immortal thought you could handle it.
I believe on a theoretical level, if we were to bring your shard and mine together, it is highly possible, yes, it would empower you further. But the question is, would you be able to control it or not? I think that there is a certain risk involved in that, but we wouldn't know unless we tried.
Well, my father built a chamber that I assumed was to control it, so that he wouldn't lose control.
And it was adorned with symbols of your kind.
Exactly. Some of the symbols and runes that were at where Thiania was look a lot like it.
Clever.
I think Colin has some photos of what the
Yeah. Hold out my phone.
And it was your father and the druid, I assume, that came up with this particular contraption.
I don't know, Doc, is that right? Or
That's
did
true, yes.
you get it from some? Okay.
How do you think I've been keeping mine a secret all of these years?
I see.
Hiding it. It could be right here, this room then.
Do you see any of those runes?
They were etched in the glass and they glowed like with power, right? That was the only way I saw them the first time, I think.
Right. Uh-huh. And you don't. That's a loaded question.
Oh.
The type of runes that you saw that glowed, you don't see that.
Yeah.
But now
there
that
are some kind of runes.
well, the thing is that the research that you guys have done over the last couple of days, since being, exposed to these runes, is you now see them everywhere. In things that are created and things that are made and things that have been passed down from generation to generation and new things in your cell phones and so forth. These symbols are ever present in everyday life. And Gilgamesh can now confirm to you that because of the presence of the Eternals and because in certain societies individuals have been deified, the works that they created in those days have been replicated over the years and have just become embedded in the consciousness of humankind. And they don't even know it, but in the physical creations that they are making, whether it be art or technology or architecture or what have you, they are embedding little parts of the knowledge that the Eternals have imparted over centuries on humankind. But
Not like how my power works.
But in their essence, in their original form, these runes, these symbols, were keys to cosmic power. And that's why when he brings his gauntlets up and when Thiania brings her weapons forth, you see those images within the energy that they possess.
So wait, is it like their original language? What are you guys doing over there? Stop it.
Truthfully, he doesn't actually know the answer to that. It is just a piece of who they always have been. From the moment they were sent to Earth as protectors, this was a part of them.
Fascinating. I would study these symbols more if we had time.
Since it's hidden, we can't even find it. And it's somewhere safe, fine. I'm not necessarily out to search for it, but someone's coming. We need to do something with it. So if what you have protecting it isn't enough to keep Amun-Ra from it, you're going to need to do something to protect it. Besides that.
If I take you there to its hiding place, and we decide to join the shards, I still believe that the defenses that we have in place would be enough to A, keep it hidden, and B, if need be, keep
Nix at bay.
Nyx at bay.
No.
But I don't know that for a fact. So we would be taking a risk, and you personally would be taking a risk that if you can't control it, I would have no choice but to make sure you are imprisoned for the rest of your life and possibly eternal life, because I don't know what that's going to do to you.
Well, if anything, we'll figure out if those symbols actually work. And if need be, put me in the containment back in the storage bin until we can figure stuff out.
My containment unit is certainly stronger than yours.
Yeah, we don't know if that containment unit even works at the storage bin.
And Dr. Druid pipes up and he says, "Oh, it works."
It still works?
Yes.
It's only been a couple months or something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you guys remember, Lilith tried to form some of the darkness inside there, and it turned it off
Yeah.
immediately.
The other thing to think about, if we combine the two shards, that gives them one target to go after rather than two.
Right. As it stands, if it's hidden in a way that literally cannot be found, other than us going there, it's pretty.
Can it?
That's high risks.
Or is it just being hidden in the energy signature? I don't know if it's invisible or a plane or a portal. I think it's just found somewhere. It's just hidden as far as detecting the energy source or anything like that. Is that
Right, but it
am I
stayed hidden
mistaken in
for.
that?
That's correct.
But I mean, 3,000 years is a long time to stay hidden.
Oh, of course. I'm not arguing with you, Cat.
I'm just saying, let us be sure.
No, like fuck this. I'm not arguing with you, Cat. And she kind of just walks away.
Okay, so at this point, I think we're going to have to take some time to probably sleep on this. And I think it's probably a good stopping point for tonight. I will say that, Sean, if you've got a few more minutes after everybody's gone, I need to talk to you. We are potentially at a place where this crossover I was talking about might be able to happen sooner rather than later. So I think our next session will be a prequel to the crossover with Irosham.
Ooh, okay.
So we shall call it for tonight.
Okay.
The next session is still scheduled 2 weeks from now. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I have something that night, but I will be trying to. I may be late, but I will
Okay.
be trying.
Okay, that's cool. So, Karma.
Yeah, boy.
For tonight's adventure, you guys get 200 karma points. And then for the last one, I don't think I gave you karma for the last one, right?
You did not.
No, I don't think so.
I am going to need a moment to figure that out because I got to look at a couple of things here.
Okay.
I personally won't be able to go at my house.
Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm so close.
You're next up to World Domination.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna buy? What are you gonna buy now?
Oh,
He's gonna buy people and countries.
See, I don't have to worry about karma for buying stuff. I just absorb powers.
there was two routes that I was gonna go. I'm gonna take the first one because we don't need a Hulk in the group.
That could be me.
Okay, hold on to your panties.
Woohoo! I'm not
got
wearing
it.
any.
400 karma points for last time.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh.
I am gonna put some of that in the pool. That's for sure. Amazing.
All right. Well, good game, everybody.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Well, it's good to have you on board.
Yes.
It
Fun
is.
to the team.
Take care of my axe.
He
will.
was really. He might ask for that back.
He was really keen on it.
I was super stoked, but like I said, I'm just glad it did something. I didn't have to be the one to do it. Just glad it got used.
Maybe she can train you how to use it.
Right.
Yeah, or at the very least, not fucking drop it.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, we need to look into buying old Shatter some extra talents, maybe with some of those karma points.
It's
All right.
it's about that time.
All right, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, take it easy, everybody.